Hi, welcome back to the Dylan Rounds case. Welcome if you're currently here in the live chat. I appreciate it. Today, we're going to be taking a look at what Lance Kelly has had to say, I guess, about recent time. As we said, a short burst of 1 minute, it's something from that channel, then this channel, then that channel. Maybe they all link, maybe not, but because we're all at the same time, there's no harm in checking. Just see what Lance Kelly has to say. It might be something of interest to share with you, to give my thoughts and opinions on the matter as well, okay? We're also going to be taking a look at the latest response and update by Candice Cooley. Somewhat interesting, depending how you interpret the reply by her, okay? We'll take a look at that. We can also take a look at the comments from last night's videos in case I missed any, just see what's been said. There is the odd interesting point, which we'll read through, and I assume it's recent. So we get to the bottom of that. And later, if there is time, and I think regardless, I'll make sure there is time, we will be visiting a zoo or a farm just to cool things down because maybe it got a little bit wild last night here and there. I guess it's just one of those things. So, speaking a bit more of last night, if you haven't already, make sure to check it out. It's my response and documentive coverage, analysis, breakdown of Mr. X's meltdown and changes and behaviour within people who've participated in the Dylan Rounds case. The link will be provided down below in the pinned comments section. Okay, so make sure to check it out. For the most part of it, it was okay to me, but I guess maybe some people in the chat, it got a little bit heated at moments, later on possibly. We'll just see how things go. I guess the main positive you can acknowledge is, whilst there can be conversations going on or arguments, as a viewer, you've got the option to block certain people so you don't see those comments anymore by whoever is annoying you, right? So it's not like you have to go heavy with the mods and then silence everyone. If the odd individual has had enough of another person, well, they can just simply block them so it doesn't impact negatively everyone else. That's why it's positive the way it's structured here, okay? And I think the other key positive is, with the structure of these videos being completely different to all the other channels out there, people can still communicate live more in the chat, mainly the chat, right? But there's no over talking, there's no squabbling, right? You can think before you type, you can analyse and then respond appropriately, and you're not being interrupted, there's no shouting, nothing verbal, nothing auditory, right? So I think that is positive. Also, like vaguely putting it, shout out to Ellenberg, I believe recently, on one of a channel or something. I think she was kind of like defending me or just referring back to me in a way, so that was good of her to do so. And speaking of giving credit to certain individuals, once again, of course, Starchasm TV. I remember in recent time, Maria asked a question, have your lips been pumped with Botox because they look like they could be used for some intense activities? Now, I didn't know who she was responding to at the time, so I got a bit confused. But yeah, looking at Starchasm TV with that very interesting profile picture. Yeah. For their continued support and presence in the live chat and like with the super chats recently, that's very good of them. Also, in terms of, what do you call it, super chat alternatives, I do like that wording in contrast to how other people have worded it at times. It sounds more like prostitution, right? But the super chat alternative on PayPal, there was like a successful super chat made just recently, so shout out to them, but I'll keep their name like low out of respect for them. But I just want to say in acknowledgement to them, and also I did send you an email. Let me know if you received it or not, okay? I did send it to you a day or two ago regarding the person that was present on PayPal recently, okay? Anything else? Yeah, I mean, as for like certain like viewers coming on in, whether it be big named individuals or just somewhat fairly well-known people, maybe because they've got an established channel or they're just known in the community of Dylan Rounds or extended past that. You had obviously the likes of the Shack Lady reappearing once again, which is good. She said she had difficulty with trying to get leather boots on because of the thighs or something expanding. I'm sure it'll be all under control. I'm sure Wes in the chat, who's capable of stealing leather, can sort you out in some way, Shack Lady. There's always hope. Don't give in. But aside from Shack Lady, you also had the likes of Miss W popping in. I don't think it was last night, but probably previous times before that. Not as frequent, but she has appeared, so that's good of her too. Recent sub Seagate, so that's good of him. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the upcoming videos and stuff. Sometimes it gets wild, sometimes it gets a bit dodgy, but always try and lock on when it comes to covering important stuff, okay? And even Girl Ryan showed up, I believe, for the first time on my channel, or at least what I could see in the live chat. Okay, so that's good of her to pop in. She was saying at the beginning, oh, I thought this was about Dylan Rounds, like what's going on? Well, Girl Ryan, all under control. There are moments in time where something very specific needs to be covered, but it still applies to the Dylan Rounds case, hence the usage and language of referring back to Dylan Rounds, whether it be a event within the actual Dylan Rounds case or a event which occurred within the Dylan Rounds community and in between solving the case of Dylan Rounds, okay? And that's what I demonstrated last night. I don't know if Girl Ryan popped back in later on, but later on we did lock on in with Dylan Rounds specifically, looking at that forum, okay? Just one of those things, you got to structure your videos, you got to have a certain order, right? It's just how it is. So hopefully Girl Ryan understood that in the end and was able to see the rest of the video. And once again today, it's looking within the Dylan Rounds case internally and externally, so it's fine. It's under control, okay? Was there anyone else? I don't know if I said before, you had Danny, if I'm saying the username correct. It was good of her to pop in, and she said positive stuff, so appreciate it, Danielle. I believe she's the one that does the bingo or some kind of like live streams, so feel free to check her channel out. She's been involved to an extent within the Dylan Rounds case, I guess sharing her opinions and then also participating on other people's live chats, panels and stuff. So yeah, there we go. Well, is there anything else? I don't think so. If I do remember anything else, then also I'll refer back to. But, as I said, as we go along in this video, share your thoughts, opinions, reactions, talks, and everything like that as we do go on, okay? Let's first begin with the comment section of yesterday's video to see if any information has been missed, if there's any updates and questions too. Right, so comment section, we'll start from the bottom. First, it's by Rochelle Bad. Now, I've not really referred to her much in my videos, but shout out to Rochelle. She's been around for a fair bit now within the Dylan Rounds case. Seen her pop into the chats as well. She says, ego, distractions, division, sad. That's to do with, I guess, like the people within the community, certain YouTubers. But like what Danielle said in her video when she did a little introduction one, Danielle was saying how, you got all these different characters, some have magnetizing or magnetic type personalities which lure people in, drag people in, but opposites may attract. And sorry, I'm going a bit too spiritual, aren't I? What am I doing? But Danielle was saying that basically there's different characters within the case, a contrast between them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Might get a little bit toxic at times, drama, but happens all over the place. So yeah, I get the idea. I mean, just on a very, very basic scale, if you interviewed or just simply spoke with each person in the case individually, away from everybody else, and said, do you want Dylan Rounds found? And then you see what people say, yes, no, truthfully. And then you get thrown to the mix, do you believe other people are trying to prevent that from happening? And then people may say yes or no. And then you compare all the results afterwards, and then you think, well, that's where the conflict is. Because if there is a conflict in which individually everyone wants Dylan found, but as a whole, when put together, people think one another are trying to derail things or derail one another, that's probably where the misunderstandings are, right? Maybe to an extent regarding certain stuff, or at least around certain people, maybe the key factor behind the conflict is misunderstanding certain mindset, a certain method, mentality when dealing with the case. Another person may not agree because they have a different method, right? That's what I'm thinking. Something kind of happened similar with the Kenny Veach case, right? So that's why I'm just trying to use instinct here. So Danielle, feel free to share your thoughts, additional ones, if you kind of agree with that idea of conflict through misunderstanding. I mean, through my own experience, when it's come to this case and some people within the community, there's been the odd meltdown, but I think that's been through misunderstanding of language and wording, right? The longer the videos, the more someone talks, the higher chances it'll be met with resistance in some kind of way, okay? Well, I feel like with time, some of it is eased, resolved, then you move on and then continue covering whatever, and then if it pops up again, then you just ease it, resolve it, and then just keep doing that. So it's not that bad. Joseph Lloyd saying, Raf, you do such amazing work on the Dylan Rouse case. That's good of him to say. Shout out to Joseph Lloyd, or also known as Josephina, or also known as Jose. Yeah, Jose. We got Robert Bergener saying, Dear War, are you aware of David Polidis missing 411? Is something like that going on? Good question. So yeah, I've heard of David Polidis. He's the one with that like dark beard around his mouth. Okay, looks a bit like Wes Stump in a way, but just darker facial hair. Okay, so missing 4111, just like more to do with mystery cases, mysterious disappearances in like the national parks and stuff like that. It's been applied with the Kenny Veach case in a way. Polidis supposedly agreeing that he believes Kenny Veach is alive, but elsewhere. And then, obviously the other cases, I don't look too deep into lots and lots of missing people cases. I probably have like brushed through a fair amount, but not deep to the point where I can remember. I know you had Nick Solderberger or something. He had a YouTube channel. He and his brother, or he and his friend, were in, Las Vegas or elsewhere. And then you had the Ewu crew that were exploring in an area where Nick Soderbergh, the brother, and I think father may have been. And then they hung out looking for scrap or exploring abandoned buildings. And then something like after that, when they went the separate ways, Nick Soderbergh and his brother were sleeping either rough or in some kind of bedroom, I can't quite remember. There was a female sound outside screaming for help or something. They both woke up and said, no, we're not going to go outside. We don't trust it. We should probably get back to sleep. It could be a trap. That's what they did. But then the other brother woke up, I guess, later and realised Nick was no longer around. So Nick must have gone outside to check and never seen again. There was the odd bits of items found, whether it be the boots, shoes, bits of clothing, near to rocks, near the water or something. I can't fully remember it, but maybe you know about it. And it's very mysterious. I mean, You know, if it was possible to do some kind of map location thing, maybe you could take a look at that. That could be something, because it doesn't seem to be covered that much, right? But yeah, let's not get too far off. Do I think it's missing 411 for Dylan Rounds? No. I wouldn't say it's along that lines, because it seems to be more of a criminal investigation this with the whole blood situation. Now, if you didn't have any blood and you didn't have any boots being found, you could say for some reason maybe Dylan just walked away, walked off, did his own thing, went missing for some reason. Then you could say it, but don't seem to be the case here. Glenda says, "Man, you are smarter and have more sense than any of those. They are trash channels. The ref news, I have no motive. It's just because I am very aware also I have adopted you as my grandson." Oh, okay, so that's nice of Glenda to say. Okay. I mean, am I going to start getting adopted left, right and centre? But yeah, shout out to Glenda. She is a recent viewer, so she has made a presence in recent time, and she has been positive and good. So yeah, feel free to say hi to her as well. Okay. So and maybe, you know, literal families are being created as we speak. But let's just move on. Okay. Oh, and speaking of which, we've got Indiana, right? So to cleanse people's palates with maybe a summary of what's gone on, she's done a poem, so we'll just read that now. Indiana says, "Sunday's night summary, Dylan Rounds. With just loyal Rafi fans with polite talk made for a lovely Sunday night where all those traps and cheese put away, not one squeaky rat in sight. That was until Mini-Me starts up a squeak, arguing out with her opinion, with Wes putting her in her place, saying Mini-Me is just a salty minion. Quinton came up with some good pointers. The wash tracks as footprints. Could Dylan have been railroaded out, left without his boots leaving hints? Could this also be what Ellen meant when she said that it all went wrong? Maybe this was all Dylan's doing with one of his famous runners all along. Brenner's court date has been delayed. Was there any reason for all of this at this rate? His sentence will have already been served, no more free grits. Now ask yourself as to why L.E. didn't stop Brenner's after his spring clean. Was it because L.E. already had all the information that was there to glean? So, let's take all those who have tried to defer from checking out that wash, the reason behind it all with so many rumours that we need to squash. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer still. Dylan has time to kill, waiting on that someone to open their mouth so the truth from it may spill. Indiana. Okay. That was not bad. Leave your thoughts down below to that poem. Anyone respond back? Okay, we've got Stoney there. I'll just briefly read it. I love you. Okay, that's one way to start it off. But there are no salty minions. I'm a mod on Pancake's channel, and what is said about him is said about him. It's not my business. Dude, you ever think maybe we want to hear the Raf version of Dylan since he does it so thoroughly and speaks very wisely about it? But when there are multiple people attacking someone, it gets chaotic. Warlike Ref chat for the few times I was in there wasn't like this. People shouldn't believe everything they hear about others. My name is being dragged through the mud by someone, and I don't know if you know or not, but you have all been good to me. Understand where Mini-Me is at. Okay. Indiana says no comment. Okay. Police interrogation. But yeah. So, in recent time, Stoney has appeared. She's been a new viewer too, so that's good of her. And there might have been the odd little cat fight, or I don't know if you'd call it that, with Maria, but that was very quickly resolved and got on well. Stoney, Maria, Ashley, etc. But then, I guess just recently, whether it be externally, internally, or external people coming on over in recent time to the channel, and with Stoney being present, then, arguments starting. I mean, what I would say to Stoney is recently, let's say last, I don't know, maybe a week ago or so, I can't remember when you first appeared, whilst I was covering videos on the Dylan Rounds case, whether it be because there were other channels covering it too, the focus was elsewhere. Maybe when some people saw the titles of my videos, the information or the coverage didn't interest or intrigue them as much, okay? So while Stoney was watching my videos, the people who may have an issue with her were elsewhere. Though, fast forward to past few days or so, because either other channels have just finished their live stream and then the audience moves on to the next current live, such as mine, you might get a sudden influx or boost of possible resistance towards Stoney, maybe. Like with last night, with maybe the title being arguably more interesting, people thinking, oh, I wonder what this is all about. Certain types of people come on in who may have an issue with Stoney, and because Stoney may be present or someone refers back to Stoney, then the discussion starts. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I did a completely random video and titled it ABC, I invited Stoney to watch, or some of the other people who may have had lots and lots of resistance, tension, and all kinds of arguments back and forth with different people, it'd probably seem like paradise, because there'd be no resistance, there'd be no complaints, but that's only because the video itself isn't attracting, the masses, right? So it is one of those things at the same time where the more people that do tag along, the more people that watch, the higher the chances that there might be the odd person that has an issue directly with someone. And I guess that's what's kind of happened recently. Was there anything to observe from Indiana's poem? This bit here. Wash tracks as footprints. Could Dylan have been railroaded out, left without his boots, leaving hints? What do you mean by railroaded out? What, stepped on the tracks and got run over by the train, or jumped onto the train and then went off into the sunset? Bit where it says, could this also be what Ellen meant when she said that it all went wrong? Maybe this was all Dylan's doing. Famous runners. What, like suggesting that Dylan ran away? That's what went wrong? Breakdown in communication? Or some kind of argument and Dylan wanted to get away? Is that how it's been worded, maybe? Let's not go too deep. It probably can be cleared up by someone. There we go, Stoney. Okay, shout out to Stoney there. Robert, lead, follow, or get out of the way. Ray Kroc quote about persistence being what matters. Okay. We got Suzanne Hernandez. Shout out to Suzanne. I think she's a new viewer. Says, well, depends on where it rained. Rain falls in patches. No way to really know. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. I mean, what we have noticed, whether it be near the grain shed or more so on Dylan's farm, you see the after effects of the rain, especially where you got the dips, you got the dents, the holes in the grounds where it fills up with the water, just like with the pond, but on a small scale, right? You see the ground a bit shimmery and shiny. We saw it with one of the pivots too, which was north, across the railroad tracks, closer to the grain shed, that one. We've seen the photos by Candice Cooley, which I don't think was to do with rain, more to do with a leakage, because we even saw a leakage from the satellite imagery of Google Earth too. But you can see where it does get wet and where it can impact the ground. Glenda, gorgeous, a great personality. Thank you. Robert says, ugh, I didn't get it all off it over my head. I perceived poorly. Okay, well, I guess the video was kind of long and deep, so maybe it's a bit hard to follow along at times. That's understandable. Robert says, AKA what? That means also known as, but I don't know what you're referring to there. Robert says, what vehicle did Chase have at that time capable of alibi mileage? So what vehicle did he have? I mean, I think I might have questioned it before in the past, but no, I might have been getting mixed up with something else, like to do with the Park Valley situation, saying did he drive down there, but it was the father that picked him up. Yeah, whatever. But if anyone knows what type, or at least what make, what brand of car vehicle Chase had, if he did have one. I mean, there's been talks at least that he had a quad bike at some point when he was around sun tunnels, so he's got some form of transportation, and he's been known to steal keys and vehicles, so that's always a possibility. What was that Robert Avila's black Subaru, was it, that needed investigating, checking out? Was that ever done, completed? I've not really heard updates. Got Ellen there with the super chat, so that's really good of her, like I said at the start of this video. I guess it is a positive how there are, even if you can't be live, you can't appear when the video is live, there are always like options and opportunities elsewhere, like with the super chats, which is just in the comment section of a normal video, so you never really miss out. And speaking of the same, with similar importance with my videos, they don't get taken away, they don't get removed, they don't get privatized, they don't get deleted, they don't get put behind a paywall. So if you do miss a video, you can always refer back to it, you can always rewatch, you can always catch up, they're not going anywhere, so it's all fine. Glenda says, check out video Salty with Kurt's daughter and Ranger, sounded rehearsed. I don't know if I heard that elsewhere too. Does anyone else feel like maybe some of Pancake's interview videos with the likes of Kurt Wadsworth, Taylina, did it feel rehearsed to you? Like they're either reading from a script or they planned what was going to be said before the live stream? What do you think? I mean, if it really was the case, or if that's the way you felt, then, I mean, it kind of makes sense if, supposedly speaking, that Pancakes did pay off Kurt or Taylina both same time. Like, you could pay them, come onto the show, right, you're going to say this, you're going to say that, this is how it goes, this is the structure, okay? Possibilities. All I would say, though, is if it was planned in some way, how do they plan for the unexpected questions, such as in the chat, or if someone calls in, drops by live to share their thoughts or give their peace of mind? How do you respond to that? Because you can't really prepare for it. Anyway, Glenda, once again, great video from Q. Pam says, thank you for the updates, you're welcome. What does Pam say? You are the only one that I see that are still doing this on Dylan. I haven't seen too many out there looking for Dylan. Lance, Ty have been doing a lot of footwork, walking for miles out there in that desert, a lot of miles of grounds out there to search. I don't think that Dylan is in the mines, but who am I to say what these people have done with him? I have my own theories, as I will not say here. Okay. What's this? Pam. Yeah, when I hear Pam's name, I don't know why, but I just get that random thought in my mind to suddenly do a southern accent. Pam. I don't know. Sorry. Stoney says he's the only one of those who. Oh, what's this? Going to be shocked. Oh wait, what's this? I hope Raph figures it out. I think we are all going to be shocked when we find out. So I assume that Stoney is under that idea that there could be a twist within the case somewhere, whether it be a suspect, the developments, the outcome of the case, Dylan himself. I mean, I have said with time that I felt that there could be a twist, there could be a turn along the way. Do any of you agree? We can do a poll right now, just a small one. Do you believe that there are still more twist, surprises, shocks along the way? Feel free to vote right now. What's this one? Stoney says, Ty, you are funny attacking Mini-Me. Weren't you cheering Jim Terry on in the chat when he called me a drug attack? I heard you sell meth too, and I'm fairly new here. Now, it's okay for you to cheer on false accusations, but when done to you, it's not true. As for Christine Milazzo, what the fuck did that battle have to do with you? You are never in here now. You are at Warlike Ref starting chaos. This is what Christine does best. Why? Because she's a Bella V lover. Trouble attracts trouble. Christine is a stalking harasser. Mind your business, bitch. Okay. So obviously, internal, external things going on. Do anything what I will say is, which could cause a little bit of resistance, when it comes to Mini-Me, from my own experience, she seems like a good person because she hasn't caused me any issues. When it comes to Christine Milazzo, I don't know if that's Italian or not, she's been a good person as well. I haven't got any issues with her. And then when it comes to others as well, even like with Ty Corbin, he seems like a good person, haven't got any issues with him. You get the pattern, okay? So with one another, there might be tension, falling out and arguments. I can understand that, and they'll have the reasons for it. Kind of like how Stoney is encountering some issues too with people. I get that, but I'm just sharing my point of view from my own experience, and it is my own experience, right? I can't be applying it onto other people because not everyone has the same encounters, right? So for most part of it, most of the people that are present in the chat, I don't really have an issue with, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. As for Christine Milazzo, I think in one of her previous comments she said about due to a dog attack, things going on in the scene, behind the scenes with like family and struggling there. So it could be one of those things where maybe at times people are taking it out on others because of events going on in their own lives which are out of their own control, and it annoys them or it stresses them, and then they take out on others. Just a little possibility, maybe. Maybe some people have more control over themselves than other people, but not everyone's the same. Like I'll just give you an example from my own point of view experience. When it came to salty pancakes, okay, maybe sometimes pancakes gets a little bit emotional. Some people say he cries, I don't know. Some people say he gets a bit paranoid, a bit over the top, creates too many conspiracies, that type of stuff. But the pattern, what I've noticed, at times pancakes will pop in. He could be a bit neutral, or he's only there short term. Okay, fair enough. Hi, how are you? And then some other times he'll pop in and he'll have a bit of a meltdown, or he could be a little bit defensive, either towards me or other people in the chat. And it's like, oh, what's suddenly gone on? And it just so happened to tie in recently, or at the same time, that Pancakes has been dealing with drama elsewhere. Some kind of discovery, some kind of finding, someone attacking him, or him hearing something on the news or online social media, and it's impacted him in some way, and then he comes onto my channel and then he starts taking it out on others, or maybe kind of aiming it at me. Not often at all. It's only happened like 1 to 3 times, and that's about it. So it's not the end of the world, but that's what I'm trying to apply here, where maybe at times, whilst there is arguments and frustration, it might not be directly aimed in that way. There could be stuff going on in the background. Obviously, I know some people will say, well, that's not an excuse. You be like this, be respectful, basic respect and all that. Yeah. I'm just giving a different point of view, okay? Because I've done that with the case, I might as well do that with her. Right, we move on to the next comment by King Salmon, banger of white cheeks. Okay. He says, "Hey, Warlike Ref, you know I got respect for you and your channel, but I've been helping my boy, Johnny Yarborough, also known as Gay Sloth, out on his channel, and he took what you said about his teeth personal and felt attacked. He refuses to come to your chat now because of it. Just know he is a good dude and is only about the positivity." Okay. So, first of all, that's unfortunate to hear about Johnny Yarborough. Okay. To structure and order things of how it played out at the time, I guess. So, when Gay Sloth appeared in the live chat in the past, which was probably maybe a month or two ago, right? Said, hi, how are you? And then I think it's because I just like watched one of his video clips or something. I noticed, with not having as many teeth as other people, I just randomly asked the question to Gay Sloth, do you have more or less teeth than Kurt Wadsworth? It was just a genuine question, okay? I can't remember. I think he replied with, yes, I have more. And then I said something else along the lines of, well, you talk a lot better than him. And then some other people mentioned stuff and he was like, oh yeah, cut it out, man, cut it out. So, okay, obviously frustrated him, which is understandable. But let's just make one thing very clear, okay, King Salmon. Reality is, it wasn't just me that mentioned the teeth line. There was several other people mentioning it in the chat and were repeatedly. I just simply said two things. Do you have more or less teeth? And, well, you actually do a good job. You sound clear in how you speak and pronounce things, which is a compliment, right? It is a compliment saying that you talk well, you speak well, right? Maybe Gay Sloth didn't see that comment in time. He may have left the chat before I put that comment in. So that is unfortunate as well. But yeah, the only question I have aimed towards Gay Sloth or King Salmon, if you're able to answer it, I believe if I'm correct in saying, King Salmon, yourself, you have appeared on Jim Terry's live streams, correct? And I believe Gay Sloth has as well, correct? The reason why I ask regarding those questions is because I was under the impression that on Jim Terry's channel, because it's that give and take, criticize, roast someone, and also, dish it back to from like the audience point of view, where you could insult someone and they would take it and then they've got the opportunity to insult the other person back. I thought that was the atmosphere on Jim Terry's channel. And someone like Gay Sloth, with being on Jim's channel, I just thought there would have been insulted already. There was an understanding, a bit more hard-faced, right? Sense of humour in some way. You get what I'm saying? Now, if for some reason someone like Gay Sloth has special treatment on Jim Terry's channel, there's more leniency, that he's not criticised or insulted by Jim Terry or Mr. X, that they're all nicey with one another, then okay, I can understand why Gay Sloth, it would like hit him back almost when in a situation on my channel. You get what I'm saying, right? Where you thought a person appearing on one channel, which is a certain way, which could involve insults and criticisms, you thought if a person who appears on a channel like that should be able to take a little bit of criticism or just a simple question, right? Which could be misunderstood as criticism elsewhere. Does that make sense? If not, then I'm sure we can word it up differently down below in the comment section and clear that up. But once again, slight misunderstanding, obviously not being present around long enough to see the compliment made. There you go. So we'll see what happens with Gaislov, but for now, take care. Okay. Let's just continue on. We got Brian. Brian says, you're doing a great job keeping the case alive in the UK. I live in the US and I can't stand listening to these other knobs like Mr. X. After seeing these comments, he and his associates won't be getting any of my views. I love the fact that I can come to your channel and get all the updates without having to go all over YouTube and waste hours listening to a bunch of bullshit. Keep these videos coming. I believe that the grain truck had a red and white striped tarp on it that would protect seed from sunlight and light rain. Okay, so shout out to Brian once again, good person. And he's straight to the point as well. It's funny when he uses the word like knob, okay, considering he's from the US, right? Certain language, I guess, does cross over from time to times. And as well, in the chat, as we do go along, you can list your own words or lines or insults you use from the country you're from, okay? And if you have any favourite words or lines I may have used with time, feel free to list them in the chat too, okay? Interesting where Brian says about the possible tarp on the grain truck. I think that could be right. I'd have to check back one of the previous photos. I believe there might have been some kind of cover on top, but understandably with heavy rainfall it just wouldn't cut it, right? But the reason why this part is interesting because it kind of how do you call it, it's kind of in response to that bit of information what we saw last night on that Dylan Rounds forum page, where it was talking about it raining on the 28th from, was it like 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. or 6 a.m, something around that time, 5 to 6 a.m. And it's like, well, during that time in the morning when Dylan was probably in his trailer, what about the grain truck left out in the open? Wouldn't it have got wet? Well, if there is some kind of tarp, it might have protected it to an extent, maybe. If anyone wants to counter the point or have any additional questions or observations, feel free to do so. Last but not least, we got Tom Evans saying Robert Aviles walked away from his rehab centre. Now, what type of rehab centre? I assume a drug rehab centre, I assume, because of the stories we've heard in the news articles in the past to do with drug usage and transportation of drugs by like the likes of Aviles, as well as the burglary and other things too. So with Robert walking away, is he going to reoffend? Is he going to get back on the drugs? Could it backfire? Could it impact someone else somehow, somewhere negatively? Is anyone going to get hurt? I'll aim the question towards Ty Corbin because I'm under the assumption that Ty Corbin is friends or at least knows Aviles at a point in time. Do you, Ty, think that, well, first of all, do you, Ty, agree that Aviles walked away from the rehab centre? Yeah, is that a fact? Second question, Ty, do you believe that Aviles could be a danger to himself or to someone else? Could he reoffend? Could he get back on the drugs? Could it end badly? Is there any side effects, consequences? What are your thoughts? Feel free to list them down below. Because obviously, with any type of rehab centre, you know, if you leave too soon, you probably haven't fully recovered. You haven't fully healed. So you might have made some progress, but because you haven't completely made it all the way, you could end up undoing it all. So it doesn't always end too well. I guess we'll see what happens next one. Right, so apologies about that if it was a bit longer than expected. I just wanted to cover some of the comments and also some of the opinions by people of what they think of others or what they think of a current situation, just to share their thoughts and ideas too, and also their point of view, because whilst it's okay to, you know, look at what Ty Corbin has to say, what Lance has to say, as we'll see shortly, what Mr. X or No Thanks or Candice Cooley has had to say, looking at each point of view with that balance. There's no harm in also doing it for the viewers as well, right? Because the viewers should be listened to too, especially if there's issues going on, right? So yeah, let's just put that aside for now, okay? What we're going to do now is take a look at what Lance Kelly has had to say most recently, okay? It was like a 44-minute video. It was very vague and vaguely worded, but it's more of a preview because he has an actual like live stream or a live premiere coming very shortly. So be on the lookout for that. I don't know if it's tonight or tomorrow night. Take in mind time zone difference with the US and UK. You'll be more familiar with it because, you know, his video is US time, okay? So just be on the lookout for it. And it's to do with explaining everything, talking about stuff, clearing up all the lies and all that, right? So some brief bullet points to take note from the video before that, i.e. in the preview, and analyse it, give my thoughts and opinions about what he's had to say, right? And if you agree or if you disagree, you can share your reactions in the chat, right? So like starting into the video, Lance was talking about how things that have been said recently are not true, right? It was vaguely worded, but more worded the tone as mentioned online, right? And that could be anyone. It could be a YouTuber, it could be YouTube channels, it could be Candice Cooley, right? Anyone up for grabs, you never know. Saying that there's a video coming soon, been doing editing when he can, when there's power on and off, explaining the situation. Maybe he has slowed down recently with videos. Let me just ask you something, okay? In the early days of the Dylan Rounds case, going into the mid part of the case, right, when Lance was out there, when Ty was searching too, you see how I put that pause in between because I know tension can be caused from how I word stuff, okay? Back then, when Lance was doing, you know, his thing and his searches, would you say that his video upload schedule was more consistent and frequent? Yes, no? List it down below. Maybe as a poll right now, we'll do it. Consistency, was it more or less back then? What's it like now? What are your thoughts about it? I mean, if things have slowed down, that could be because of numerous reasons. In real life, for some reason, the cadaver dog thing going on in the background, or even if it be putting more time and effort into editing the videos. When it comes to Lance's videos, I don't mind his original ones, right? You know, you put aside motives, you put aside the effectiveness of the searches and environments checked. Just in terms of the video itself and the length, it's actually better raw and uncut, right? You get a long enough idea to understand what you're looking at and where you are, right? You see natural emotion and reaction from Lance or whoever's present at the time when finding something possible, right? So maybe with some of the newer videos where it's a bit more edited, sped up, cut down, cut into different pieces, music added on top with layers and then taken away. Maybe you lose that naturalness with the naturalness of nature of the environment you're in, right? That's just my point of view, my opinion, because I did watch quite a bit of footage and long footage from the Kenny Beach hikes, and it just felt good for that environment. I don't know if Lance is trying to make edits kind of like what Heavy D does, maybe. Some kind of influence, possibly. Because you saw Heavy D with his film crew, the drone, and the artistic styling of editing, right? And then you see Lance with his drone out there, or at some point using it. Is there any kind of influence or pattern going on there? It's not the end of the world, just trying to make sense of the matter, right? And if it is to do with editing, it would make sense to why things take longer, right? You know, just a bit of backstory to when I do my videos, right? I can do my videos, could be an hour, 2 hour long ones, as you know, but, you know, I might stop and start in between, or, you know, I might just do a little plan, a little edit there. When I do the more edited videos, they do take a lot longer. Like, to put it in perspective, when I did the disappearance video case of Mosaic Michelle, an online user who just disappeared on YouTube. It was a 27-minute video, but because it was from start to finish of a full-on cinematic edit, right? It took like 12 hours for 3 days straight. 3 days straight of 12 hours of constantly editing and finding stock footage. It was pure hell, right? I wanted to smash my head against the wall by the time I finished doing it. It was hell, okay? Whereas now it's much more efficient. Though when I've done like the odd funny little edit, whether it be the phone call thing, that can still take quite a bit of time. It can take like an additional 1 to 2 hours, right? Yeah, there might be quite a few other people out there on YouTube who might be more better off or faster. Like when you get those people who are fully qualified doctors or nurses or whatever, and on top of that work, they also do YouTube videos and edit and upload it. And it's like, how can you do all that so quickly? But then again, obviously you do get other channels which have a crew of multiple people, so that can speed up the process. When you're doing it all by yourself, I don't have too much of an issue doing it by myself, right? It's kind of fun when it's all done as one, but it can take more time when you're doing the more edited stuff, right? So that's just my situation, okay? Let's move on to the next point mentioned by Lance. He was saying that his vehicle currently being repaired, not really had much time to search, so that could also tie in, obviously, with why not as many videos in recent time. You got to take in mind as well the weather, right? We've seen it with that recent Montello footage on my channel, where it was thick with snow. You would have seen it in Lance's video just recent, like yesterday or the day before. He was walking through thick snow too. The ground being hardened, some areas being frozen. Yeah, it does limit the searches, right? And I don't know how long now, it's like a month or two. So it feels like things have been delayed off port, but there's nothing you can do here in this situation at this time. Whereas maybe previous back then, when it came to the summer time, when Dylan was missing, it wasn't the weather preventing people from searching, it was certain people and resources, I guess. So that could have been adjusted, and you could have more control with that, but not with the weather, with weather being natural, okay? But yeah, let's just put that aside. Then we get on to the part where he starts quoting people or a person, okay? So this is where it starts getting a bit more deeper, you know, I guess, defending himself and also referring back to other people. So Lance goes on to say in the video, saying, a person who goes on other channels to say things that aren't true. That's kind of roughly quoted by Lance. A person who goes on other channels to say things that aren't true. Who could that be? Well, you could be like, well, anyone that appears on a channel, a call-in, invites themselves over, gets invited, talk. Can you say Jim Terry? Maybe, that's who Lance is referring to. Well, let's just read a few more quotes and then it might become a lot clearer, okay? Then he also went on to say, Lance saying, and then he went to hijack what we were doing for his personal gains and now spinning a new narrative. Okay, that's what Lance said. Then saying that there'll be times where they'll play the victim and the hero, every story they tell. I guess when going on to different panels and channels. Also, Lance saying in quotes, all these people making money, they're hypocrites. Yeah? And then the final few quotes was, I was scammed by that person. He isn't going searching. So, and then shortly afterwards, Lance ended up saying, yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And then he starts laughing at the same time. It is quite clear, right? If you don't know, basically Lance was referring to Corbin, right? As in they don't associate with each other anymore, right? Just like how Ty has said previously. But I guess Lance, in his mindset, from his point of view, is telling his side of the story, but very vague at the moment, right? But I guess in the next video coming ahead, that will explain it more. Now, has Lance done this type of stuff before? These type of video responses? maybe here and there. The only one I can think of was the time where Candice Cooley was calling out Lance. Candice Cooley was also criticising Ty as well for the bones in the bag. And then Lance himself, and only himself, did some kind of response video calling it Candice Cooley, all she does is lie. Something like that, or All Lies by Candice Cooley. And it was just really more to do aimed with the bones in the bag and how it was supposedly dealt with, and saying Candice was accusing them of stuff which they didn't do, right? Maybe that's the same format structure that could follow with the next video, but it's been aimed at Ty Corbin. If Ty Corbin is watching right now, are you aware of this video coming out, which will be on Lance's channel? Does it impact you negatively in any way? Does it cause any trouble? You know, just your thoughts. Feel free. But I don't think I really need to go too much in depth with the quotes, right? Where it says hijacking what we were doing for his personal gains. Lance, it seems like Lance is suggesting or maybe accusing that Ty Corbin has been benefiting, financially, growing his channel. Now, Ty Corbin himself said he's doing none of that. He just wants to find Dylan, and that is all. Okay. The bit about playing the victim and the hero in every story. I myself wouldn't say Ty Corbin has played the victim or hero. I wouldn't say that. I would say Ty Corbin has presented himself as a supporter of certain YouTube channels because his thoughts and ideas may align, be in agreement with another channel, and that's about it. The only part, I don't know if Lance is thinking of this is just a theory, okay, and that's all. Just like some kind of very rough theory. Is Lance suggesting that Ty Corbin is playing the victim card or twisting it in a way because of Phyllis or something? Is it going to get deep or get a bit messy? I don't know. I think we'll leave it there with that part, right? But the only other quote where it was a bit more external, where Lance said, all these people making money, they're hypocrites. But then in the early stages, you had Pancakes calling out Lance before the Cadaver Dog fundraiser, and Lance had the PayPal and the other donations open, and that was before the like the GoFundMe type stuff for the dogs. So, technically Lance was doing it himself. So could he be seen as a hypocrite? I don't know. Gets a little bit messy, right, doesn't it? But I think what we are seeing, to an extent, maybe not on a big scale, but families at war, right? Or communities at war. And this was one of many predictions I made, okay? You might remember it when we covered Justin Round's meltdown, change in behaviour on Facebook when he called out Don Haley and said, get your family down and your gay son, right? In that video, I believe, I was going on about saying, is there a possibility that whether it be in Montello or Lucing, could there be a Mexican standoff between different families? The Cooley family, the Rounds family, Don Haley's family, the Wadsworths, etc., right? And the way it looks here, it could be the, what's the last name? What's the family name? You got Ty Corbin, and then is it Phyllis Corbin? I don't know the person's last name. Apologies about that. You got Lance Kelly, and then is it Kimber Kelly? I assume, right? I know some people don't change their last names, and then it gets a bit confusing. But basically, you got Lance's family versus Ty's family, maybe. Then you got Candice Cooley, her family, or just herself, having to go at both, or one more so than the other. Basically, families at war, and it, to an extent, and it just seems like that. You could say it gets in the way of the Dylan Rounds case, yeah. Could it be a longer lasting grudge with maybe some people, possibly even after the Dylan Brown's case is solved? Like we said about Candice Cooley maybe suing people or taking legal action. Who knows? Things could get very messy down the line. You just never know, right? But I think with that in mind, people share their thoughts, opinions in the chat comment section now or later about what you think, your predictions. I think, speaking of Candice Cooley, it's now time to move on to the Find Dylan Brown's Facebook page and see what this update is by Candice Cooley. Let's check. Okay, so this was 13 hours ago, a post by Ellen Akimoto, right? And her post said, any updates from LE about Dylan? Have the parents been given any information lately? Please don't let this young man and his family not have answers. We scroll down here. Jesse Dean. Oh, get rid of that. Jesse Dean says, please go check another post in the group. Candice provides a small update saying things are moving forwards, but no information can be released at this time. That's correct. Jesse also says, Donna HA posted and Candice commented. I believe that's where it all came from. Sherilyn Jacobs says, continue to pray for Dylan's family, and his family needs answers, sending prayers. Robin Kuhlman says, LE didn't do crap about Dylan. I think that's a slight exaggeration. LE did mess up, but they did something to at least provide and establish a case behind the scenes, right? Realistically, if LE did nothing, then possibly Brenner wouldn't even be in, jail right now. But if you're talking specifically about the Dylan case, I guess all you can say is time will tell. And from what Bob said on the Shack, well, not on the Shack Ladies, was it on the Shack Ladies channel or was it on Jim Terry's? One or the other, Bob, who's like retired police guy, said that even if they don't find Dylan, it's most likely that Brenner will be charged and sent down for the murder of Dylan Rounds, or the disappearance of Dylan Rounds at least, right? So I guess it's a matter of time. We fast forward to that court date, whenever it is, and let's just say Brenner wasn't charged, wasn't sent down, and that was it, case closed. Then you could say that the LE did nothing at all, but we're still awaiting, right? There you go, Candice Cooley 11 hours ago saying we will be releasing a statement through a news outlet in the very near future. So it seems even closer, it's edging closer now than it has ever been, right? So that is promising, that's good. It'll be interesting to see what Candice Cooley has had to say, right? I don't know if it will just be Candice Cooley or with Justin Rounds, we'll see. The interesting part from it, though, is we will be releasing a statement. What kind of a statement? Is it an official statement from what the police have given you? Is it your own statement from what you have concluded, what you have found? Is it some kind of sheet summary of all the progress made in recent time? Anything to do with the drone footage being analysed with the full spectral drone for soil disturbance during that before the big winter push? Is that a possibility? You can leave your own predictions down below in the chat to what you think it could be related to, okay? The bit where it says through a news outlet. What does that exactly mean? News outlet. To some people they might be thinking, well, a bit of an obvious question that, some kind of news channel, maybe. I assume it's on YouTube, or I assume that it's going to be uploaded to YouTube in some way, okay, first of all, most likely. But is Candice Cooley referring to news outlet in terms of No Thanks? Because No Thanks does upload videos providing news updates and coverage on cases. So, and it's kind of like an outlet because he's providing the information, or he's covering it, showing his thoughts and showing it public with the people. It's coming out. So that, I guess that explains news outlet, if I'm trying to define it. The only reason why I say that is because recently we did see that post by No Thanks, didn't we? Where Doug was like, been talking to Candice Cooley very recently, and we're going to have a video coming in the near future or so to do with Candice Cooley. So I assume like an interview, a one-on-one, or like, well, a two-on-one because of Crime and Justice with Doug from No Thanks. That's what I was under the impression of. And then when I saw this here, I thought, maybe that's where Candice Cooley is going. Because it also makes sense because Candice Cooley and Doug seem to be glued together in a way. Mirrors behaviour. Interesting point Danielle made was saying how Doug kind of leeches from person to person, and once he has had enough or once he sees another opportunity, he moves on or changes in behaviour. So the same could happen again. Maybe. Some people have been accusing Pancakes of being the same, ditching people left, right and centre, suddenly, unexpectedly. And then you had it on Bella V's channel and someone else saying that Pancakes will probably ditch Stoney at some point. You know, that type of stuff, that type of behaviour. It's not just with one individual, or one individual is being accused. Different channels are being accused of the changes of behaviour, right? Do I think Doug will go against Candice Cooley? I don't think so, or not as obvious, because the way I see it is, supposedly, like in summary from like what Danielle said in addition, was that Doug changed his mindset, his opinion, sided with Candice Cooley eventually, and was like, oh yeah, all the other guys have been misguiding me, I was under the wrong influence, I was, I wasn't seeing things correctly, but I've changed. Maybe that type of summary, if I'm correct in saying. Okay. But it's like once you join a side, sometimes it might be hard to walk away, or there might be more consequences walking away after. Because if Candice Cooley is talking about maybe legal action with people, she seems like the sort of person to push through with things to get justice, whether it be for Dylan or for her own reasons. And if that means maybe going after certain people on YouTube, whether it be possibly Pancakes maybe, or Kurt for trespassing on the land when they shouldn't have, if that does happen, then if there's any other slander or illegal stuff going on or going against terms of service, then maybe Candice Cooley will follow that up. And with someone like Doug being on YouTube, I don't think Doug would want to endanger himself or put his channel at risk of being shutting down or getting on the wrong side of Candice Cooley. So once you pledge allegiance with someone, you want to try and stick as close to them for as long as possible, maybe. Do you agree with that? Do you think that Doug could branch away or could change or turn on her, but he may not do so because of the greater consequences of doing so? Whereas, like, if you stabbed someone in the back and it was another YouTuber, then it might not yield as many long-term negative consequences, right? Just a thought, okay? But if it's not on No Thanks channel and Candice Cooley is talking about a different news outlet, would it be the, ABC4 News Utah? Would it be the Fox 13 News? Would it be the East Idaho News Channel with Ned Eaton on YouTube? One-on-one, two-on-one interviews sat down. I think from my mindset at least, and you can predict yourself, if she's talking about some kind of news outlet which is kind of casual and not literally formal, then I'd say it's probably on No Thanks channel, and it'll be between Doug and Candice Cooley only. Then, if she actually means a formal news channel, such as on YouTube, then it'll probably be, most likely, the East Idaho News Channel catching up, considering they've not done any interviews for many months. Making up for old time's sake and providing the latest updates too. And most likely Justin will appear as well on the show, okay? So it's either one or the other. Feel free to list your predictions down below as well. So, you may be wondering all of a sudden, why are we taking a look at maps? Well, one, Weedleby was very excited to find out where we were going next, but she thought it was in last night's video. I guess she eventually realised and went into a deep crying fit. Well, subconsciously in my own imagination. But don't worry, I can make it up to you because that's what we're doing now, right? And as I said at the start of this video, based off last night and the maybe way some people were acting, sure, the whip can be used, but I think as a collectiveness, we all need to take a trip to a farm, okay? We're not going down to Betty Haywood's farm this time round. She's busy with the corn. But we are going to be taking a look at one or two farms, as you see on screen. So, if you're just joining right now, welcome. If you want to hear about the Dylan Rounds case, latest updates, Lance and what he's had to say, and all of that, feel free to rewind this video and catch up on what was talked about earlier, okay? Because now we're transitioning onto the farm and we're taking the chat with us, okay? So we've got lots of farms, which is very positive. We've got some historical sites. Fuck that, man. There's going to be no wildlife. You go to a historical farm, you probably get the fucking skeletal remains of the goats. God! How's Warlike Raf going to be goat herding? Wouldn't be possible with them. They just wouldn't move, would they? Now, when Ty Corbin said that, you know, Warlike Raf being a goat herder in a video, I'm not sure exactly which one he's referring to, but let's just go out here. We've got Ballerina Farm. Yeah, we're going to be making the animals have ballerina classes. Oh my God. We're going to be putting pink tutus on the little pigs. Yes. Okay, I think we do need to check that out. But before we do so, we got one down here called, excuse me, what the hell, why do they call it? Farting Buddha Farms. That sounds a little bit dodgy. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Right, there we go, just click that off. So let's go down and inspect what Farting Buddha Farms is. Okay. So to begin with, a bit of greenery overlooking it, I guess, in the distance. I guess the farm is down there. All this vegetation growing, which I assume is natural. You got some more buildings, houses down the road ahead in the distance. Interesting. Doesn't look too dodgy at the moment, this farm. I mean, I guess when the temperatures and the environment changes, it probably gets very windy round here. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, we got the goats, my boys. Come on, Ty Corbin. Come on, join in, Ty Corbin. You know, Warlike Raf, goat herder. It's time, isn't it? Get the stick out and guide everyone on a journey, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at that goat with his little goatee. Yes. Okay. Who was it now? Cleo said that I should grow a goatee. Why is that, huh? Yeah, you got other ideas? Yeah. You want Warlike Raf, you want Raffy to turn into a goatee? Is that so when that little furry bit hangs underneath my chin or neck, you can tug on it like a bell? Huh? You're going to use it as like a rein, like a horse would. The kitty cat's going to pull the goatee and basically pull me in the direction they want me to go in. You're going to do some kind of Candice Cooley on me? Excuse me, okay? If you are going to tug, please do it with caution, okay? It's delicate. You know, too much tugging can cause to desensitization, okay? Just one of those things. Anyway, yeah, look at that guy. Floppy ears. Very floppy. Huh? You got some soggy ears there. Goat. I think he's a goat. Not horny, though, like this guy. But you got the horns there, but these are missing. They're not lambs, are they? That does look like a lamb. Shit. This is where you'll get the people coming into chat saying, oh my God, oh golly good me, I'll be damned, God nation, damn, y'all getting this damn thing wrong. That ain't no goat at all, that's the goddamn lamb. It's gonna be ending up in my stomach sometime soon. Y'all crazy, y'all people. It's like, fuck. You know, we're going to attract all the farmers, like farmers outrage, okay? Got some tyres next door. Don't know what's going on there. Is that some kind of military obstacle course for the goats and lambs to crawl through? Is it some kind of natural selection? Maybe. Some military operation. You two, you fool, move 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the fuck through the soil, boy. You're enlisted. Maybe. Wait, hang on. We've got like a black goat or something down here all wrapped up in the wire. What the hell's going on? Oh my God. What a mess. Someone, please, Ty Corbin, you got to fix this. You want me to fix it? Oh, okay. Okay, so now we've got a very slippery, wet fish. I'm not talking about Stoney's punchy. No. I'm not in any position to be describing that. Okay. But we're looking at this fish. Scaly, wet, firm grip on it. Mouth open. Joseph, don't get any ideas. Oh shit, Wes has already done so. God, Wes can't stop putting it about, can he? Never mind. Big fish. Oh, come on, it's just like a calling, isn't it? We've got the chickens, about time it's the calling. Hey, you know chickens? Yeah, chickens. We're not doing KFC today. No, we're not. No. Calm down. There we go. I assume they're all chickens. And if not, there's always a backup. Of course, there's always a backup to ensure that I don't look like a twat or an idiot. We just do a rooster sound instead. Hopefully, Ellen Berg has her dogs on a leash this time. Because, when the morning comes, when the wood shows, maybe within Wes, you hear the cockerel roar. And I'm not talking about Wes. I'm talking about the actual cockerel on the fucking farmland. Whilst getting strangled by a wolf. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of hit and miss. Okay? Okay, there we go. Was there anything else? Yeah, where's the turkey handler gone? Where, was it Stephen the turkey handler? I don't know if we'll come across any turkeys, but if we do, Shack Lady. Okay, so I had to swallow then. Sorry, Shack Lady. Let me try again. There we go. Oh, yes. What the hell? Are they on some kind of adventure or something? The cocks are on the move. Okay. Sneaking round the back of the shed. Are they trying to find Kurt having a wee or something? I don't know. Yeah, come on, boys. Okay, come on. Oh my God, it's all overgrown here. What a mess. My God, it's like I'm locked in a prison. Well, upstairs we've got electric wire and fencing. God, I'm not going to be able to escape from this. Huh. Wait, oh no, oh my God. Oh wait, are they the little bee boxes? Oh my God. It's the bees. Shit, make sure there's no dogs around. We don't want the dogs stepping on the bees. My dog stepped on a bee. Oh no. Okay, so some pointless image there of like a deck chair. God, thank God it better be sealed in place. No, you're not saying it's sealed in place.
God damn! Well, I'll be damned. We're gonna get Jane Brand coming down any second. You pick that up and I'll smack it over your goddamn head. Oh boy, I don't want that no more. My name's Mr. Morgan, and I'm seeing a goddamn goat. Maybe it's a lamb. I don't know. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't leave your ears flopping down. Have a smile on your face, y'all. Yeah, that's my thing, boy. Look at that face. Look at those goddamn lips. Oh, my God.
I bet. I don't know who in the chat at the moment. Yeah, there we go. So we got the goats. Boom. Got the gravel down there. Got a good view as well. Oh my god, are they the bees? Weedlebee, Weedlebee, come quickly. All with buckets on. Okay, so the cockerels are... How's this fair? So the chickens and cockerels are allowed to walk around as they please, and then the poor goats and lambs are locked up. That's not fair, man. That's not equal. Come on, let us out. And we've got like a Christmas tree as well. Perfect. Lady wine. Ooh, watch out, Linda. Oh, we got some peaches. Yeah, I got some cute little peaches. Time to drop the peach emoji. I think the peaches. I don't know. God, I'm not an expert. Shack lady, sort me out, Shack lady. You gotta help me here. I don't want to look like an idiot. Please, feed me with your endless piece of information. Okay, more vegetation. Not too interested. Oh, you got the onion. Speaking of the onion, I mean, we talked about the vampires recently appearing in the chats. You know, the odd few vampiress. Okay, get your onion out. Fucking wrap it around your neck. Oh, the vampires are disgusting. Oh, no, this is... no. Irritable. Bonjour. Okay. Nice onions, yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're back to that image again. Oh my god, we're back to fiddling with the fish. Oh my god, it's wobbling all over the place in his hand. Look at that face, man. He's seen many wars. God, he needs help. Come on, free the fish. Throw him out. Throw him into the water, man. You're going to drown. That's not looking good. Yeah. What buildings do we have over here? Yeah. Not seen enough wildlife. Not seen enough animals. Very disappointed that. Right. But we saw a few. And to finish it off, let's do Ballerina Farm because it's time to go to ballet class. Ballerina Farm. Are you kidding me? There's only one image. Oh, God. No. How can you do this to me? That's just ain't right, man. I really am disappointed. What else do we have? Copper Moose Farm. Yeah, I'm going to go to a moose. Oh, my God, Maria, we got the carrots. Oh, my God. This is fantastic. We got all these very thin, long, wiggly carrots. I mean, we can get back to them in a second. Carrot bunch. Oh, we got the ping pong. What the ping pong? Oh, yeah, I love ping pong. As you'll see, I have ping pong ball in my ping pong bat. And we got the beets. Beets, yeah. Step to the beat. My bee stepped on a bee. What the hell? Just click beetroot. My God, trying to act all trendy with your shortened words. Stop being such a fucking degenerate and start spelling correctly, bitch. But you know, you see these carrots, and you know, of course, people will come along. They'll be very picky and choosy. They'll probably be like, "Oh my God, that's really small. That's really thin. I prefer a carrot with a bigger girth. That's what I'm all about, girls. Girls with bigger girths. Okay." I'll have to decline this time because it's it's embarrassing. Oh my God. I can definitely find better and bigger places for carrots. Yeah. Gotta find some more bunny rabbits in between. Yeah. Okay. Hard to please. Never mind. We've got some clothing nailed to the wall, probably from the past victims that have previously visited her, I guess. Will we find any moose around? That's the question. No, we got a goddamn Chevrolet. Yeah, man, I love driving my Chevrolet all day and all night long, y'all. Goddamn pickup truck, man. Fucking breaking down and reliable piece of shit, but don't worry, I love you, baby. Oh, baby, man. Oh, God. Golly God. Okay, good for you. But, oh, stop showing me those thin, wriggly carrots, right? Stop. Ugh, get away. They look disgusting. Same images once again, all wood. Okay, that benefits Wes. We got the flowers, pretty little flowers. You want a flower? What does it say here? Farm stand hours, yeah, whatever. Providing the Park City community with organically grown produce since 2007. Maria, this is where it's all at. Fucking get your ass down here right now. We got the agrella We got the Just Letters. We got the Power Mix. Yo, fool! We got the Power Mix. The Power Protein TRT Replacement Enhancement Therapy with estrogen. Yeah, go and take it right now. Your whole body will shoot up right to the roof. Your nipples will put it and burn it. So with the wood, be putting it in the direction like an arrow, putting it in the direction you go. Yeah. That's exactly what I need. Give me the Power Mix right now. The power! Kamachi Kombucha. Okay. The only time I heard of kombucha was when Onision poured all that kombucha on him when he was having a meltdown on YouTube. Yeah. What does that say? Mint lime. Ew. Large bouquet. Mini bouquet. Oh my god. You've been such good, pretty behavior, girl. You really need a flower. Welcome to Copper Moose Farm. At CMF, we use best organic practices, such as compost tea. Compost tea? What the hell are you doing that? Putting that in your mouth. Cover crops. Integrated pest management. Yeah, yeah. Integrated pest management. I think we need to incorporate IPM into the chat at times. Organic seed and fertilizers. Organic soil amendments. Crop rotation. We also utilize biodynamic practices. Don't even know what that means, but I'm an expert already. Okay, we got all pretty little flowers and plants. Is that it? My god, that's it. That's not good enough. What else can we type in? Just randomly on the spot. But what about Ellen Berg? What happens if we type that in? Ellen Berg. And I don't mean the actual place of it, though. Ellen Berg. Oh my god. Joe Ellenberg. Miss Ellen Otto. Ellenberg Services. Ellenberg, what services are you offering in New Mexico? Let's take a look. Okay, so we're checking out Ellenberg Services. Okay, so she's providing a kitchen sink, clean. Okay, come on, Ellen. Ellenberg. Come on, you don't have to lie. You didn't clean the sink, did you? You didn't clean the kitchen. You secretly got Kurt Wadsworth over with the bleach bottle. Oh, Ellen. Naughty individual, Ellen. You keep this up, you might be getting whipped. But you know what? On a sideline, respect to you, Ellen. Thinking ahead, thinking outside of the matrix. Got to confuse the body and the mind, right? Yeah, fucking get someone else to get fucking Kurt Wadsworth on all his 4 knees to bend down backwards and bleach the whole place, and then you can just relax. Very smart idea, okay? So what else does Ellenberg provide? The services. Some pots, pans. Okay, so we've got some kitchenware, okay? So maybe it's a rental service, what Ellen is providing. You want to borrow some kitchen appliances, but you got to pay for it. And if you don't, hand it back in time, maybe there's consequences. I don't know, but yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Wait, is the knife block completely full? Yes. Good. We don't want any missing knives. Oh my god, Ellen. You got some pretty artwork and decor. That's really good. What is that? Oh, no. Joseph. This looks like the device just for you. A finger point keeps the... I don't know. I can't think of something on the spot. And we've got some glue as well. Okay, so maybe it all ties in one. So Joseph, if you want to use that finger pointer, feel free to do so. Sorry, kitty cats, that finger pointer is manual. It's not electric, so you got to do all the work yourself. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules around here. Oh, this looks a little bit empty. My god, that ceiling looks like it's wet. Wow, what a wet place. There's a TV down there, but it looks very empty. Oh my god, Ellenberg. Oh my god, Ellen, get the leash. Your dog's on the loose. Calm down, Ellenberg's dog. Don't worry. Ellen's just gone out to get some food. Don't worry, it'll be fine, Ellenberg's dog. What's your name? You're not going to tell me? Do you want patting on the head? Whoa, do not bite me. Oh my god, your eyes are demonic. Jesus, your ears are pointing like a demonic bat. Are you secretly a vampire? Why are you gay? Who is gay? Show me that way. What do you want? Eh? Sorry, Ellen. Looks like your dog today is having a bit of an attitude with me. But then again, I don't blame you. I don't blame Ellen's dog, because you think about it. Oh my God, where's it gone? It's disappeared. Why has its head disappeared? That's weird. Oh my God, its head's disappeared. Oh wow. Never mind. Oh my God, what's going on here? Oh, was it Handy Andy adjusting the cooker? I don't know. Looks like something's happening. Bit of tools on the side. Some black gloves. Ooh, dodgy. Okay, it's been fitted back. Looks very clean, tidy. Is that it? Oh, what a shame. Ellenberg Services, only like a teaser of what can happen. And it's next to a Christian church or something. Great, very nice. Any other Ellenberg? Not really. We did try Stoney, didn't we? Is there anybody left in the chat? Well, it was Christy, wasn't it? Christy, where are you? Christy Sports. Yeah. Come on, Christy. Show me what you got. Christy Sports. Oh my God, it's packed full. Yeah, got a happy customer, Christy. This location is closed during off season. Oh God. This is as incompetent as the off seasons when I'm off my TRT replacement. Shit. Okay. Oh my God, Christy, we've got the Switzerland flag. Oh my God, the Switzerland flag. It is all tying together. I don't know why I'm doing a slight German Austrian accent, but it's the closest I can do. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we got the American flag. Gotta confuse the mind. What's he doing? Whoa, dude. Look at that haircut, man. Yeah. My God. You're flying high, man. Okay, some people are walking out the shop without paying. Christy, what are you going to do? You gonna whip the person? I hope so. Good job. Now, anyone left on the list? Just thinking of names. What about Brian? Huh? Was Brian been doing anything else since? Brian, I don't know how you say his name. Brian Reeves Remodeling. Oh, what is this? Brian Reeves, what have you been doing, man? Oh my God, you've been competing with Wes? No. My God, Wes Stump. Looks like we've got a bump in the road. And it wasn't a stone or pebble lodged in the throat. No, it was Brian all along. Brian, the bull riding expert, looked like he's got competition against you, building all these structures and fence panels. You gonna allow that, Wes? You gonna allow this artistic design to just be used up? Hell no, look at that. What the hell's that? That's some hardwood there. Wow. Yeah, really interested by it. Oh my God, the little bath. Oh my God, kitty cats, jump in. What the hell? Dodgy shower there. Is that it? Wow, we're just getting very short snippets. Very, very short. Where is that? Philadelphia. Oh my God, we've gone a bit too far out. And finally, to cleanse everything, right? It gets very hungry, right? When you're going out and about to all these different places. Why am I typing in birthday? Oh my God. Literally, my subconscious mind is thinking of Joseph Lloyd and his birthday. Isn't that weird? Ooh, that's weird, that. Must be typing in Burger King's, not birthday. Burger King having... No, I just want a burger. Just a burger, man. Come on, get me in. Turn me up. Not that one. How about that one? Have we seen this one before? I hope not. Home of the Whopper. Yeah, man. Where's the service? Why is it so quiet? Well, that's kind of good, right? Default images, of course. AC hardware, standard. Okay. What's that? Threesome. It says threesome out of order. My God, there's a lot of threesomes going on in here. Stoney, were you aware of this? Ashley? Huh? Am I missing out on something? Well, not literally like that, but am I missing the point here? Burger King threesome. Interesting. Share your thoughts down below. What's this? Oh my god, too many buttons. I don't know what to press. I'll press them all, man. Just hope for the best. Oh my god, not again. I gotta sit down for this. What the hell's happened here? Oh, it's all gooey. Ew, I don't like gooey. No. Disgusting. It's not too bad. Not too bad. The brown sauce is a little bit questionable. It might have leaked from Indiana, but, you know, mistakes can be made. The onion, not too bad. We've got some little, I don't know, bits and bobs in the middle of it. Missy, do you approve of this, Missy, or do you just prefer soft cotton towels? Let's move on. Oh my god, this guy is, you know, he knows what he wants in life. Lots of chips, chicken nuggets. Oh my god, is that a little cookie? Oh my god, Famous Up? Is that really you? You were trying to sneak in a little cookie? Yeah, Famous Up. Please don't lie to me, bitch. No, we're not messing around. You can have the cookie. Sure, Famous Up. You don't have to apologize. No, sorry, no. You eat the cookie, but just be honest with me, okay? Yeah, okay. Now, oh my god, that is an interesting shaped vehicle. Wow. Yeah, the car's Cleo. Yo, Cleo! Yo, Cleo! Get the car, meet! Yo, I want to see what's under your bonnet. Lift it up. Let me take a look inside. No, Cleo. I didn't quite mean that. Oh my god, what else am I seeing here? Wow. No, Cleo, I just wanted to check underneath your bonnet, your car bonnet. That's all. Unless there's other wording in America. I probably got the terms wrong and then I end up seeing something else. Oh my god, I should have checked the terms and conditions. I missed out the middle print, the small text. Don't worry, I'll get the legal expert, high attorney, fucking shack lady to read through all the do's and don'ts. So I don't get the wrong end of the stick, but then again, Stoney likes sticks on the wrong end. You know what I mean? Sticks and stones will break my bones, but bones become harder with time when Stoney's around. My god, you got healing powers, master. Oh my god, where am I going? I don't know. I think I probably should stop there. Amazing. Wow. Thick tires, thick cars, and dodgy working hours. Great. Dining room, drive-through. Wow, that's really great. Just like my schedule. Amazing. This franchise BK restaurant. Now, when someone said BK previously, I thought they missed out the T. BTK killer. I don't know why. Meridian Restaurants. This restaurant is not operated by Burger King Corporation. Good questions regarding operations at this franchise restaurant should be distracted on the Rancho de Ironia. Okay, I'm just doing a bit of a Spanish there. Oh, we got some little onion rings. No, not the onion rings. How they're so hollow inside, like a hole. Why do they always remind me of her? What do we have next? Oh, I was going to say something else, but no, don't worry. We've got the return. Yeah, we got the return of the most rejected piece of food. This pathetic excuse of a bun or a bread something, which we have seen in previous Burger Kings where it's been left on a seat without anyone sitting on it. That's quite impressive. Or it's been chucked on the floor, discarded away. One of them ended up round the back of Burger King's with the bloody pigeons fucking pecking at it. God. Oh my god, we got some circular little chicken balls. Yeah. Get away with that crap. Yeah, Burger King with the straw. What do we have here? The breakfast meals. Oh my god, what's this? A croissant which? Ooh la la, croissant. Ooh la, give me please, my boy. What is going on? Can I have some room service? The King's Shield. Oh my god, are we going back to the medieval times? Yeah, no, the King's Shield is so no one bits in your face because they might have issues. I don't know. Go careful. Okay, so we've got a dodgy stakeout, drive-by shooter, maybe. No one's nearby, no targets acquired. Okay, so they're really obsessed about these vehicles. What about Burger Kings? They don't care about the trucks. I want a burger. Oh, it's all shut down. What a shame. What a shame. Is that it? No, we got some more. Oh my god, what's this person do? These dodgy drive-thrus. Stop taking pictures in the dark. Take them in the light. Step into the light, man. It's all about positivity, man. Okay, whatever. What's that? Studpicker. What the fuck is that? Is that it? Oh, okay. I guess we will leave it there. What about that one? Farmsmith Peak. Some rocky roads. Oh my god, it's flames. Oh my god, it's Ivor Zdowski! Yes, it's Ivor Zdowski. I'm just driving by. Just wanted to see what I could find from escaping the KGB. Yes, fantastic. Здравствуйте, который сейчас устроим поближе. Пусть это Руси нравится висука. Сука. Дальше питание. The farmer's peak. What the Yeah, whatever, man. Taking images of regurgitated stuff, just like regurgitated stuff. Like, oh my god, this guy's trying to be waiting to be picked up. No one's picking him up anytime soon. What a shame. God. Anyway, let's leave it there. I have had enough of this. Okay, so I'd say that's it from Big Boy 2000. Hopefully made sense, this video. You found it of some interest. You were able to start some discussions in the chat or maybe resolve certain issues, whatever it may be. If anything overflows, feel free to leave it in the comment section of the video and I can get back to you again. And yeah, I think that's it for now. We'll just have to see what happens next with Lance's video, see what's talked about there, if there's any interesting points or not, counterpoints, we will see, time will tell. And the same with Candice Cooley with that very soon coming, I guess, statement, whatever that could be. Leave your thoughts. Is it groundbreaking? Is it to do with finding Dylan or new evidence or a new suspect? It must be of some importance considering she's been quiet for this long, right? She's not really lost control. She's not really gone on a complaining spree. She's kept quiet, so we'll see. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night for now.